Stream going. Let's see when it pops up.
Wonderful questions tonight. I always like when we get those.
Yeah, it is pretty fun. All right, we are live. Max, if you want to kick us off.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, what is up, everybody? We are calling all nerds, and you have answered the call. The beacon in the sky, if you will. We are your friendly neighborhood hosts that talk about everything within the entertainment zeitgeist, and we are so excited to talk about some amazing stuff tonight. So I'll go over our topics real quick for our podcast. We are going to be talking about handhelds and the future of gaming, which seems to be very much leaning towards handhelds right now. The Switch 2 launch and what our thoughts have been of it for the last few months, as well as the Direct coming tomorrow. It might be fun to talk through what we would like to see there to make up for a possible lackluster launch. And then big releases in September and October that we are excited about, specifically with Hollow Knight Silksong. But I figured we could go ahead and get started with our main topic, which is handhelds. Tyler, I know that this was one that you really wanted to kind of discuss tonight in detail. So let's kick it off.
Yeah, it's interesting because I think in the gaming space in general, I I started gaming on a NES and I had like a Sega Genesis, that kind of a thing. But I would like that's what that was the first console I got. But I wouldn't say I actually started gaming until I got a Game Boy Color or in a Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, all that.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I would say that handhelds definitely defined me as a gamer. It was always for Pokemon. I'd get other games and stuff, but nothing would keep me, grounded to a video game like Pokemon would. And so, history always repeats itself, right? So I would say during the like Game Boy to like DS era, handhelds were big. People tried to try to join into it, right? You had the PSP, which did well. The Vita was hit or miss, and then the PSP Go was kind of a flop. But like, so the people would like try to get into the space, but it was definitely that era of video games for sure, where the handhelds were always kind of like you know, having some decent prominence. Obviously, Nintendo's always been known as kind of a handheld company for a good portion there. They were only doing like handheld and they kind of went back to doing consoles and whatnot. But the era that we're in now is very, very interesting because the handhelds are back and they are stronger than they ever have been before. Um, I currently own a Nintendo Switch 1. I have a Nintendo Switch 2, and I have a Steam Deck OLED amongst all my other originals. I still have like Game Boys and everything like that, DSs. But of like modern day hardware, I own those three handhelds. And I mean, to even just go on what else exists, I mean, there's the ROG Allies, which they've teamed up with Xbox. So there's going to be soon an ROG Ally Xbox, I think is what they're calling it, something along those lines.
Yeah.
Obviously, AliExpress and all those other websites. I mean, there's a plethora of like bootlegged handhelds and everything like that out there that exist. But um, Sony, they're wanting to make one. They tried with that Portal, but now they're trying to like maybe make something along the line alongside of the PS6 that's going to have a handheld, and it's just really interesting to see because now these handhelds are essentially becoming full-on computers in your hands. The Steam Deck was definitely, I'm not going to say it's the first, it was just kind of like the first mainstream console to do it really well of being a computer in your hand. It runs off Linux, and so it runs directly like having like Steam Proton on it, so you can play your entire Steam library. Plus, there's like ways to kind of get into it because it's a Linux device, so you can hack it, play emulators on it. You can get like GOG on it. You can get Game Pass on it. All these crazy things, right? Um, it was definitely like the strongest. It came out with an OLED version. It could still dock like the Nintendo Switch One did. And I really feel like the Nintendo Switch, the first one, made a statement, and Steam knew how to make a response with the OLED. And now it's going to be interesting to see of like how this space is going to evolve now that Xbox is trying to get into it with Asus, who is, I think the ROG allies have really good hardware. They come at a premium cost, but I think like Xbox being who they are, well, I mean, I should say Microsoft being who they are, I think their handheld is going to probably truly be a computer in your hand, especially for people who have Game Pass. It's going to have access to Game Pass. It's going to be running Windows, so you're still going to have Steam on it. They've already confirmed that they are working with Steam, so Steam is going to play on the Xbox Ally. Any kind of launcher you can think of is going to play on that thing, and I mean the hardware and the capability that they can do is wild, especially in a day and age where we have things like GeForce Now that allow you to play your games using streaming hardware. Expedition 33, I played that on my Steam Deck. I played it through NVIDIA GeForce Now. I had 90 frames constantly. I never dipped. I played the entire game through. And just to top it off, it even had the greatest battery life I could have imagined while playing it. I was getting like 8-hour play sessions on one charge on the Steam Deck OLED.
It's
Um,
incredible.
and I mean, I played that game on there. I even tried to play it on my Xbox since I was playing it through Game Pass. And I said, oh, well, I got the whole play anywhere bull crap that they got. And I was like, yeah, let me give it a try. I had to stop because my TV is not an OLED TV, and the Steam Deck genuinely looked better and was running smoother. So, I say all that very quickly and very abruptly, but it's like all this is just to say that like I know my handhelds, I've been playing them my whole life, and I think right now we are in one of the greatest era of handhelds just because of the breadth of games that they can play. Sony games, Xbox games, PC games, Nintendo games. It doesn't matter who you're a fan of. These handhelds can now do it all, and that's pretty crazy. So, final thing that I would say is just that like regarding like the Switch 2, I know I told Max and Peter this a couple weeks ago. I stand strong on saying that if you have a Switch 1 already and none of the games are enticing you, especially maybe even tomorrow, I guess we'll see how the direct goes. But if nothing is enticing you right away, wait for a Switch 2 OLED because that will be better than your Switch 1. The Steam Deck is still better, in my opinion, than a Switch because of what it can play. And I think the Xbox ROG Ally, whatever it's called, is going to be the ultimate best. But I think it's also going to be like the $1,000 plus price tag. So if it wasn't that good, it would be kind of awkward. So it's like I think that thing's going to be incredible, but it's going to come at an insane cost. I don't think that's worth it for everyone. I think really you should either get a Switch 2 OLED when that comes out or get a Steam Deck OLED. And that's kind of been my final thing. Now, if you don't have a Switch and you're really excited to want to get into it, I say go for it. I think you won't be like dissatisfied. Maybe if you have an OLED TV, you can just, cast it onto the OLED TV. So if you don't have a Switch, yes, get a Switch 2. But if you do have one, maybe hang out just a little bit longer unless tomorrow at the direct is insane and they finally make a holiday game that's going to knock our socks off, but we will get to that later. So that is the state that I'm seeing the handheld gaming in right now.
No, I think that's great. I think you took the words right out of my mouth, Ty. Like I feel like the Nintendo Switch walked so the Steam Deck could run
I
kind
know.
of thing.
I know.
It's
Yeah,
like
it's interesting. Like Nintendo, I would say, has always been the king of handhelds, and
they
like
kind of pioneered it.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they,
not like the
they
Switch 1
literally.
is bad or the Switch 2 is bad. It's just like when you
It's
can
not the most
just play more than just Nintendo games, you're like, oh, this is great. I can do this anywhere I want now. And it doesn't have to just be a Mario game or a Pokemon game or a, whatever Nintendo game. Like I can finally, and I mean, I know that the Switch has been getting a lot more, right? Like Witcher got on it, Cyberpunk, all this kind of stuff. I get that the Switch is getting more games, but when you are someone of our age and of who we are, like we own games in different areas, having something that can already integrate with those clients and stuff, it's just nice because it's like, oh, I don't have to rebuy Cyberpunk for the 12th time, or I don't have to buy, I already own it. It's already going to work with my handheld. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that's a
How's
great
the
point.
how's the battery life on the Switch 2, in your opinion,
I
in both of
mean,
y'all's opinion?
I don't think it's I don't think it's terrible, but you're not going to get an 8-hour play session out of it.
Is it
Like,
better than the Switch 1 though? Or do you feel like
I
it's
don't think
around the
so.
same?
no, I don't
Hmm.
think so. I would say it's either, I think depending on the person, it's either equivalent or worse.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I feel
like,
like it leans on almost like worse because like it draws a little bit more performance. Um,
and it's
but I
handheld.
also, yeah, yeah. I also just don't play handheld enough. It is still the worst feeling console ever in my hands. I
Hmm.
like it is not comfortable in my hands at all. The Switch 1 wasn't. I even got one of these like cases for it to try to help like build the space behind it so that my hands don't like hurt holding it, but like still it just doesn't work. So I don't really go handheld much.
So I don't mind playing the Switch 2 handheld. I actually enjoy it, like playing it in bed, but before I go to sleep sometimes. But I agree with Tyler where it feels. I would almost say the Switch 2 feels more awkward to hold than the Switch 1, only because, and it's, don't get me wrong, the feature is really cool. The magnetic connection of the Joy Cons to the main body of the Switch. I just constantly feel when I'm holding it handheld that I'm like bending the
Yeah.
Joy-Cons down,
Yeah.
Ugh.
like,
Oh
and it's not.
man,
It doesn't feel good. Like it
I'm
feels like
feeling
my like.
queasy thinking about it.
Well, like yeah, like I'm like, am I slowly but surely breaking these Joy-Cons?
Yeah.
Like, like not intentionally, but like because they're not like slotted in and they're magnetically connected. It just constantly feels like you're. If you hold it in a certain way, it just feels like it's like bending a little bit. Very odd. It's not the worst thing in the world. I will say I do love the Switch 2 screen.
Yeah, it's nice.
Like it's a nice
Like the
size
size,
screen.
yeah, the size is good.
Yeah, the size is really good. I honestly think the graphical look of it is impressive for what it
Mhm.
is.
Mhm.
It's definitely not a Steam OLED screen by any means. But for the price tag, I think it's a really good screen. Um, and for games, there's not many of them, but for games on the Switch 2 that can reach those like 60 frames per second, um, which are normally like the Switch like first party or like the Nintendo first party games like Donkey Kong Bonanza, you can get 60 frames handheld and it looks good. Like
Mhm.
it plays fun, it's comfortable. Um, Overall, I would say I'm happy with the Switch 2, but I agree. Like there's no reason to buy one right now, unless you're super just really into the first party Nintendo games. Which, as a family of kids, like I kind of just am naturally
Yeah.
in a way because it's like, well, my sons want to play the new Mario Kart. They want to
Yeah,
play
yeah.
Donkey Kong all the time. Or as Jack calls Donkey Kong. Oh, what does he call Donkey Kong? It's so cute. Uh, Big Boy or something like that. He calls Donkey Kong Big Boy. Or something.
That's
I can't
awesome.
remember the name again. But it's super funny. But yeah, like I think it's a very fun and good console for the price. I will say I am glad that I got it at release and did not have to deal with the price hike that's incoming. But I agree with Tyler that if you don't have it yet, you may as well just wait for the OLED version, which will inevitably come at this
Yeah.
point.
And it seems like well, I guess that's a side thing. First, I'll answer like Peter. Yeah, it is nice. I don't like it handheld mode. I didn't like the Switch One handheld mode, but I still do it. Like I tolerate it. The aftermarket case that I bought is like good enough to make it okay, but after about like 30 minutes to an hour, it's like my hands just start getting fatigued. But I do have abnormally large hands. Like I can palm a basketball if that helps. Like viewers at home, like listeners, that is just like the size of my hand. So it's just awkward to hold
Can't you get
switches and stuff. But
an attachment still, or is that
that's what I
like so you
have,
can
but
make?
it's just not the best
Oh,
one. So maybe I have to just like try another one again down the future or down the road. But
I,
it is good. Yeah, it
I,
looks great. Huh?
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you,
Oh,
Ty.
you're good.
I was just going to say real quick. The other thing that I wonder if you would agree with as to why it doesn't feel great handheld mode versus the Switch OLED, it's just so skinny. There's not
Yeah.
much There's not much weight
Yeah.
to it,
Yeah.
and so it feels like a flat surface that you're
Yeah.
holding.
Yeah, there
Whereas,
is
like,
not enough
the
room to
OLED
build up in that palm
yeah,
area.
exactly. With, like, the OLED or the Asus, I'm sure they look like they're girthy. They have, like,
Yeah.
more stuff to hold on to.
Yeah.
But continue. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. Yeah, like I think it's hard for me too because I own the Steam Deck and it fits my hand like a absolute glove. So that you should probably also think of that, right? Like I do have something to physically compare it to all the time. And so I'll be playing my Steam Deck and I'm like, wow, yeah, this feels great. So it's hard to play the Switch when that is also like in the house. Um, but I will say too, you can the other thing to do with the Switch that I think they're going to be doing for a while, as long as their games are $80. Also, if you're going to get a Switch, just buy whatever is going to be the bundle of the time because the bundle will probably pertain to your life. So, like the Mario Kart bundle came out, it was $50 more than the Switch 2, but that got you the game $30 cheaper. There is a
Yeah.
Switch 2 bundle out for Pokemon Legends ZA. And if you really want to get a Switch 2 and you know you're really going to want to play Pokemon on it, you should just buy that bundle because you will get Pokemon $20 cheaper. And I'm assuming that we'll see what the direct looks like tomorrow on September 12th. Um, Whatever that direct is going to look like, I feel like they're going to announce probably some holiday game. So they're probably going to make a Switch bundle that would be like related to that game. And I think that is Xbox. That is Nintendo's way to try to drive the sales because they're not doing, I don't think, as great as they would hope so. Because you can go probably right now to your local Best Buy, your local Target, whatever it is, and you'll probably just be able to buy a console. It's not we're not in the year of 2020 anymore. These consoles aren't just like flying off the walls. They're not Pokemon cards where you have to show up to Target at like 6:01 in the morning and wait for it to open at 7:30. Like they are just in stock. You could just go and just buy one. And so I think Nintendo's way of trying to combat that is by doing these bundles to entice you of like, okay, I guess I want to get a Switch 2 and I might as well get this version because it comes with the game that is like $20 to $30 cheaper. So that's been kind of interesting to see. I don't feel like Nintendo's really been on the attack before, or on the defense maybe is how I should say. They're kind of on the defense right now, trying to like I don't know, get their sales to get going.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, I at least from what I've read, the Switch 2 is sold already quite a bit, and
Yeah.
like sales have been doing really well. But I think those are like the initial sales, right? Where it's
Mhm.
like they were very well stocked beforehand, which was I felt like a very smooth launch in
Yeah.
terms of like the
Agreed.
release, like completely different from say like the PlayStation 5, which was a nightmare. Um, and but that was just the initial reaction. I think now, a few months in, and after just the huge divisiveness of Mario Kart World, where like I feel like the conversation around Mario Kart World is a lot more negative than Nintendo would have expected.
Yeah.
And I agree. I feel like they're kind of trying to figure out, and they've been doing a direct almost like every 3 or 4 weeks, which they
Isn't
almost
that
have never
crazy?
they've never done before. And
Yeah,
so
they
it's
do
like,
like 2 or 3 a year.
yeah, and so like I very much feel like right now they're just trying to be like, please stay interested in our console. Like we're bringing out a lot of great stuff. Here's another racer
Yeah.
with Kirby.
Yeah, here's Korean riders.
Two racers in the last year. Um, but I will say, like, I guess before we jump into kind of more of like the lackluster launch or our thoughts on the games and stuff, I did have a question for either uh, you, Peter, or you, Ty. Um, I don't know much about Asus or I guess Asus is like the third biggest handheld potentially outside of Steam and Switch.
Yeah.
So Asus runs Windows instead of Linux.
I
So
believe so. I'll
does does
confirm.
does that mean that the ROG Ally will be easier than even the Steam Deck to launch all these different gaming services Steam or Game Pass or GOG. Would it be even more seamless than on the Steam Deck?
Yes, it runs Windows 11.
Okay.
When the Steam Deck got released, that was a huge deal because it was Linux. And at the time, Steam was only having like so much Linux support. It's
Yeah.
gotten way better over the years. Like you could game on Linux pretty like pretty well nowadays, but it's still not as great. I mean, that's the big debate, but it's not
Right.
as great as Windows. And so, yes, the ROG Ally runs Windows 11, so it is a lot easier to get GOG, to get probably like the Ubisoft client. I think like Larian Studios has their own client now. GOG, Steam, Game Pass, like yes, it is a lot easier to download those on the ROG Ally because it's Windows 11.
Okay, so the premium price tag then makes a lot more sense to me if it's because the UI interface is a lot more easy for the gamer.
That,
Like
yeah,
and the
that and
and
the
the power
specs.
system.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to pull it up now because I think they've talked about it. So there's the ROG Ally X, which is their high end one. Looks like it's 24 gigabytes of RAM and a terabyte of storage. And then they have just the ROG Xbox Ally with 16 gigs of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. So really good storage on both ends. It just
That's not bad.
says, I mean, it if you are a Game Pass person, it is going to be the greatest thing probably for you because it's just going to be like ideally probably one of the seamless things ever. Um, Let me try to see if I can.
Oh no, you're good. But yeah, I know they haven't officially released the price tags yet of
Yeah.
the two versions, even though it's launching, I think, next month. But the rumor has been that the Ally X is going to be either like $900 to $1,000,
Yeah.
and the Xbox version is like 550 to 600 or something like that. Is what they're
Yeah.
is what they're
Because
thinking.
so a ROG Ally X currently is $800. It's got a core
Okay.
processor, NVIDIA graphics. Let's see. It's a full HD one right now. 7-inch display, 124 refresh hertz, right? Goes up to 500 nits. This one, it only has 12 gigs of store or of RAM right now. It does have a terabyte of storage though. So
Okay.
that's the current price right at 800. But obviously, like the Xbox One is going to have more RAM. It's probably gonna have a newer CPU. It's gonna have. If I had a, I feel like it's gotta have a better display, right?
You'd imagine so.
ROG Xbox Ally.
I thought it was going to be an OLED screen, but I don't know.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's obviously like pretty hard to find anything about this thing right now. What do we got here? Yeah, powered by AMD, so that's still the same. No, yeah, just a full HD 120 hertz refresh rate display with FreeSync. So
Okay.
yeah, interesting. But yes, I agree. I think it'll probably be around the $1,000. The way that they are hyping this thing up as far as how well it performs. So
Well, and then just talking about specs real quick, I wanted to mention too the kind of the rumors. None of this has been confirmed, but the rumors around PlayStation 6,
Mhm.
they're talking about how they're probably going to. There's rumor that it's going to be revealed, the PlayStation 6, in probably 2028, um,
Oh
and
wow,
or like either late 2027 or 2028,
yeah,
and they're saying that there's going to be like, of course, the home console, but then they're also going to have like a like sister console or a sister handheld. Um, and from what they've said, spec wise, it's expected to feature, excuse me, a custom AMD chip with four Zen 6C cores,
okay,
an integrated RDNA 5 GPU,
okay,
uh, designed to be both a portable gaming device and a dockable mini console. Um, the handheld uh, yeah, it's expected to have 192-bit LPDDR SX memory bus and multiple storage options.
Okay.
I don't know what a lot of that means, but basically they're saying like they're trying to make it as powerful or at least on par with some other
Yeah.
handhelds out there, I'm sure. Um, but I would not be surprised if PlayStation kind of goes the route of Nintendo, where it's like their handheld is like specific to PlayStation, where like
Yeah.
whereas like Nintendo, like I don't foresee PlayStation's handheld opening the gates to allow Steam or Game Pass to be utilized on it.
Yeah.
And it's weird, right? Like I feel like I'm kind of more in like the PlayStation and Nintendo kind of realm of like the
Yeah.
games I like to play. And so I could totally foresee just myself, just based on the games I play, going the route of just using the Switch 2 and this PlayStation portable device whenever it comes out. But there is a part of me that like really like wants to kind of just splurge and get that Steam OLED or get that ROG Ally and just be like,
Yeah.
man, like I can just play whatever I want on
Yeah.
this thing and take advantage, like you said, of the GeForce um what is it, like monthly subscription to play games at like the highest fidelity possible through their servers, which is still mind blowing to me that someone came up with this idea, which is so brilliant
Yeah.
that like you can make it work. It is a premium price, but like you get what you pay for if you play a lot on it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna be interested to see like if I was to just sell my Switch One and my Steam Deck, like to just on Facebook Marketplace or something like that, like how much I would get for it, and like how much that could go towards an Xbox ROG Ally, because to
yeah,
me that is an upgrade of the Steam Deck because they've already said like Steam will be on it. They said they're working with
right.
Steam, so it's like yeah, it can only be better. Like obviously, as long as it like performs like they're saying it should. But I mean, if I was able to sell a Switch that I'm probably never gonna be playing anymore, and like the Steam Deck to only get a better handheld, and I don't know if this is just because of like their age that we're in. Like I know, like Max and I are in a similar, different kind of lifestyle that Peter, you are in, and for I guess like listeners, right? It's like Max and I are both married. Max has kids, 3 boys, all 6 and under. So it's a house, right? And like just with like our lifestyles, and I think Max would agree about this that like our gaming time and our availability to game, having it be handheld to be like in bed at the end of the day, just kind of like on the go. It's like it's a lot more convenient to our lives where we're at. Especially like I would assume if Max is on the TV, it's probably because a new PS5 game came out, which that could even change with the new PlayStation handheld, or it's playing with the kids on like probably a kid game. So it's like having a handheld is a lot more convenient towards just our lifestyle. So like Peter, I mean, he is engaged, but he is still technically single, lives alone. Like, do you find yourself like desiring handhelds? Or are you still kind of like, yeah, no, a physical console or the PC is like really all you need? Because I could be wrong, Max. I feel like me and Max are like, yeah, handhelds are great for us right now. Give me these
That's really
handhelds.
all I had now.
Yeah.
I
So
feel
how do you
like I
feel,
want to get a
Peter?
handheld. I want to get one.
Yeah.
Uh, I
Yeah,
hardly use my PlayStation for one thing,
Mm,
so consoles are kind of out for me.
yeah.
Um, and I I like sitting down and playing games on my PC, but it doesn't feel great because I'm
mm,
sitting down doing work at a computer all day,
Fair. Yeah.
um,
sure.
and I definitely feel like I'll be more on the go. I just want to kind of get up more and do things rather than being locked into the like heavy desktop station type of situation.
Yeah.
And if I were to get a handheld, I mean, I'm pretty like have my eyes set on this ROG Ally because it just looks so comfortable to
Yeah,
like.
it
I want to
does.
like. I wish
I,
you could like
The
look, I'm
design looks
I'm looking
hold
at the
it.
photos of it
yeah,
right now, and I'm like, my hands feel so good. I don't even have it on.
Yeah,
I don't even have it on
just
me
the
right now.
and
just the
also
texture of it looks
Oh
so good.
yeah. Oh my
I'm
god.
wondering though, like, can you play anything that you can play on a Windows PC on
Hmm.
this handheld, or is it
Yeah.
only Xbox Game Pass games?
No, they have confirmed that Steam will work on it. It is
Yeah,
going to be
Just
running a Windows. It's going to be running Windows 11 on it. It's
what
just
does
yeah,
the
that mean
Xbox
for
button is just going to like allow you to conveniently kind of get to like an Xbox Game Pass interface, but it is going to be Windows 11 in your hands.
what does that mean for games like RuneScape? Like,
Yeah, I
if you
don't
can
know.
download that like a RuneLake client on a PC,
Yeah.
can you do that
Well, I know
on this
with the Steam
handheld?
Deck, you can at least use a mouse and keyboard. And technically, RuneScape does have support on Linux. That'd be really interesting. I wonder if I should try that on my Steam Deck. It probably can work. Um,
right.
you would still
Hmm.
need mouse and keyboard, but I mean, you're kind of maybe almost laptopping, right? And having like a little laptop with you, and maybe you
Kind
had like a
of,
little
yeah.
wireless like mouse keyboard like thing. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point.
Random RuneScape question.
But yeah, it is
What
exciting. Oh, go
whenever
ahead.
you guys play RuneScape, is it still like 10 frames a second? Like is the game like updated so that it runs like pretty smooth based on like today's standards?
Yeah, they have a plugin that's like allows it to be HD, and I
There's
think
also an
that HD
HD
plugin
OS client too.
allows it to
Nice.
have higher frame rate too, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Good for
I
them.
ain't even gonna lie. I am fishing on RuneScape right as we speak. And I am getting 90 frames right now. And if you play RuneScape 3, that's gonna actually even be better graphics fidelity.
Wow.
Yeah, so it depends on which version. RuneScape 3, it looks incredible to me. Gameplay mechanics and all that kind of stuff, I'm not a huge fan of, but it is a really, it's fine.
Good
Peter
game.
and I like old school, and it's good.
You know, this is a really random um like fun fact, but did you know that in a lot of games frame rate can decide whether or not you can perform a glitch or not in a
Oh
game?
yeah,
Like
that's why
if
like
you
half the glitches on the
Really?
Nintendo 64 work.
yeah, you
Oh,
like
that's
you can
right.
turn the frame rates down way down and it like can allow you to like those really precisely timed parts of games. You can really break a lot of things
Yeah,
That's
based
why
on
in like
decrease
War.
just going into your settings and decreasing the frame rate down to like 5. Like I think even like Resident Evil, like
I
the
didn't
new
realize it was
ones,
like
like
that.
you can do
yeah.
things like that to like
That's
really
so cool.
mess around.
That's so awesome.
I know
But
it's
that makes sense why Mario Kart 64 I could always jump over the map in Wario Stadium.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Old games are broken because yeah, its frame rates are pretty funny. Um, but yeah, so the Nintendo Direct is tomorrow, and it got announced Wednesday? I think on Wednesday was when they said they were
Yeah,
gonna do it.
it
They
got
announced
it got
it was
announced
so
yesterday.
great. They announced Malamar, Mega Malamar is coming to Pokemon Legends ZA, which is
that's why they were
fantastic because Malamar is a dope Pokemon. And if you don't know what Megas are, you are living under a rock because they are the greatest things to ever exist in the Pokemon universe. Mega evolutions are by far the coolest evolutions. And anyways, after they released Mega Malamar was being a thing, they also were just like, oh yeah, by the way, at 9 o'clock Eastern time on Friday, September 12th, 2025, we're having a Nintendo Direct for 1 whole hour. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
I saw that they updated their Pokemon account and they made it like all Malamar
Yeah, it
themed
was
and
great because
I'm surprised I didn't catch on to that it's
Malamar's
mega related.
ability in the lore verse is that he or she it maybe controls you to do whatever it wants, and it's you like
Mega
Malamar
Malamar
because Malamar makes you like Malamar.
This Mega Malamar is like nightmare fuel. This is
It's
like
so crazy, isn't
like
it?
Lovecraftian kind of
It
monster.
is so wild. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the lore. There's totally lore about it.
That's
Malamar
so
is an
funny.
amphibious Pokemon that
Whoa.
resembles an upside down squid, several purple tentacles. Okay. Malamar possesses strong hypnotic powers, which are said to be the most powerful of any Pokemon. It induces hypnosis by flashing the lights on its body and performs certain hypnotic motions. It uses its hypnotic powers to lure in other Pokemon it deems prey before ensnaring them in its tentacles and finishing them off with its digestive fluids. Malamar can also hypnotize people and can control them to do its bidding. Those under Malamar's control will lose their memories surrounding the event once the hypnosis wears off. Malamar's hypnotic powers are often used by people for nefarious deeds, and these powers are said to influence several history changing events, as depicted in The Conspiracy to Conquer and Facing the Grand Design. Malamar is shown to be very intelligent, reaching almost human levels, and is capable of running devices designed and handled by humans. I'm just saying, bro. He's like the ultimate villain Pokemon.
I was about to
Well,
say, like
apparently
in
they
whatever
already
generation he's
have.
in. Oh,
Gen
go ahead, Peter.
6.
I was gonna say they already have a 3D print for a Mega Malamar that you can do somehow. I mean, this just happened, right? How did somebody already do this?
Because the community is
So
so great.
was Malamar like a? I know it's not Team Rocket, but like, was it like a villain Pokemon used by like the whatever team
It may
group
have
from
been.
that
I didn't
generation
follow too
was?
much of the show, and I don't remember the
Okay.
game personally. But the thing with like Gen
Wild.
6, it was really cool because Malamar, its like first evolution, Inkay, it was the first time that like to evolve it, you had to get it to a certain level, and then you turn your switch up or your switch, your DS upside down, and it recognizes through the gyroscope inside of your DS that you have it upside down, and it will then trigger the evolution. It was
Oh,
really
that's
That's
cool.
cool.
sick.
It was
Oh
one of
my
the
god,
coolest, like, gimmicky little things, but the whole
that's
thing
so
with Gen
cool.
6 was that, like, they introduced Mega Evolutions, but no Gen 6 Pokemon got a Mega. That was what was so weird. So the fact that Mega Malamar is, like, gonna be a thing in ZA is just, like, really cool because 'cause they're finally giving, like, Gen 6 Pokemon some Mega Evolutions.
In Gen
Mm.
6, that was X, Y, and
Yes.
Z.
Just
Oh, well,
X and
well,
Y. Yeah, they didn't have a Z.
no, that's why this game is called Pokemon ZA because it's around the
Yeah,
Gen
yeah,
6.
yeah. Yep.
Okay, got it. Okay, wow, that's so cool. No, yeah,
Yeah.
He's
I
like a Mega Mind.
Yeah, it's well, a
Megamon.
little cool at Megamind, but yeah, I respect that. But yes,
Yeah,
so the direct tomorrow, I don't
it's
know,
also.
like, sorry, what?
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's also the 40th anniversary of Mario that this
Okay, so
direct.
that's, I mean, I asked Julie, I was like, Julie, they don't have, Nintendo always has a holiday game, and she was like, I bet it's gonna be like a Mario. So interesting, it's 40th year of Mario, huh?
Didn't they already announce that they're making a Mario Maker like 3 or something for the Switch 2?
That
I would
better
not be
not, that better not
surprised.
be their
I
awesome
thought that was
holiday
already
title.
confirmed a while ago.
So I have some theories on what we'll see tomorrow. I'd
Bring
love to
it.
hear y'all. I'd love to hear y'all's theories, but I want to share these real quick. Okay, I do think we will see a Mario game.
Okay.
Um, whether or not that game is just a remake of an older Mario game, I'm not sure.
That'd be such a
I
tease.
think the thing is that the team that made Super Mario Odyssey did Donkey Kong Bonanza, which was technically a Mario type game. Like it was a platformer.
Yeah.
I personally think it's too soon to see the next 3D Mario as much as I want it. Um, they could totally tease it and say like 2027, like next Mario game or 3D Mario game. I would love that. But if I'm going like conspiracy theory, I'd love to see them re-release Super Mario Galaxy 2 because they left that out
Ooh.
of the remasters they did for that bundle.
Mm.
Uh, I think we're going to see the trailer for the next Super Mario movie. Um,
Oh. I forgot that
Oh,
is like a thing.
yeah, that's totally
Yeah.
gonna happen.
October.
Yeah, I could totally see that, and I think we're gonna see Wario and Waluigi as like the villains of the second movie for whatever reason. I think that'd be really funny.
Mm.
I think the holiday game is going to be Metroid Prime 4. I think that's going to
Fair.
be. I think that's going to be the last big like first
That
party
is a
release of the year.
strong
Metroid
guess.
Prime 4.
Um,
That's not out yet?
Not yet, but they've been showing it. They've shown gameplay of it since before the Switch 2 launched, and it was only a matter of time before it was going to be released. And so I could totally see that being their like December game, especially because Metroid Dread, which was the last Metroid game a few years ago, came out I believe around Christmas time. So I don't know. It just makes a lot of sense to me if that's the way. I also think they're going to show a lot of like Mario Kart DLC to try and win back some favor to Mario Kart World. I could totally see them like revamping the schematics or maybe enhancing the open world piece of it. And I think they're going to release more costumes for DK and Pauline to match with Donkey Kong Bonanza. Because they're the two characters in Mario Kart World that had like zero costumes, which I thought was a little interesting.
Yeah.
So I could totally see that happening.
Man, that is these are strong guesses. Max, you know
People are
your Nintendo, bro. It's awesome.
people
love
are
them.
already speculating that they're saying Metroid Prime 4, but also Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment.
Oh yeah,
Is
that
it?
could be too. Yeah. But yeah, I those are my big guesses. I think they'll also show the Dusk Blood game, which is that From Software Nintendo
Yeah.
specific game.
The not Bloodborne,
Um,
Bloodborne thing.
yeah, Bloodborne, not Bloodborne.
Oh,
But man, I don't know. I'm still a little hurt that we never got Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD for the Switch.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
the GameCube version.
Some people said so. There was a thing called Super Mario 3D All Stars that came out with Super Mario Galaxy, Sunshine, and 64.
Yep.
Yeah, I
And
own it.
that
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that was like like an anniversary type of situation, and so they're saying
Mhm.
like with this anniversary, it could be another trio maybe of those things.
Maybe. I would love that. I want Super Mario Galaxy 2 then.
If they did do a trio, what do you think that would
Or
be
just give us Galaxy 3.
combined with
Ooh,
Galaxy 2?
I like that. I would love Galaxy 3. I think I don't know.
Have they ever Is there
Did,
any that they're missing that they've never
no.
launched before?
No, not really, because there's only been a few 3D Mario games. Like like literally, other than 64 Sunshine and Galaxy, before Odyssey, it was just Galaxy 2 and
Other
Galaxy
than
2
Super
is
Mario 3D World.
Let's see.
right, but that's considered different than the
Yeah.
3D Mario games. So like it's seen as like a different thing.
Oh,
But
interesting. Some fans believe that if the recent leaks are accurate, one of the games featured would be Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade.
for the Switch 2,
Yeah.
I could see that.
007 First Light Specialist Edition. So maybe they might show
Okay.
that. I would be
Cool.
curious if they're going to do some Pokemon stuff. Just because like they recently did their whole like
They did a whole direct on Zaw, didn't they?
well, they all like they had the Pokemon World tournaments and people were actually playing it there. Like
Oh,
giving it like hands-on and stuff like that. Um So I don't know. I mean, I would assume they'll probably do like another trailer. Maybe Nintendo likes
yeah.
to also just reuse things. So like they'll probably show maybe like the trailer we've already seen. Maybe they'll show like Mega Malamar. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Nintendo likes to just kind of retake things that have already been kind of trailered out. So we'll definitely expect that. Trying to
I
think. Do they have like a Nintendo World come in anywhere in the US that's not there yet? Like could there be I feel like they also do those kind of things, right? Like, they show like they'll show movies, they'll show some type of like theme park stuff or like I don't know.
I don't know. I could see them doing something with like theme parks with like the DK theme stuff because it is the year of DK,
Yeah.
Nintendo. Um,
I'm with you though,
I
Max. I want like give me like a Wind Waker, like a true, like a true
yeah,
remake of the game or something, or like
Oh, I would love that.
It
I would
says
That'd be
throw
cool.
Nintendo money
oh,
on
Wind
that.
Waker would be so amazing.
I just think that because they released it on the Nintendo Online GameCube thing, I just don't see it coming.
What?
Personally, I
Yeah.
They
Oh,
they
that's a
did
good one.
say
The GameCube.
Yoshi's Adventure um is going to be a new section of the theme park in Orlando, Florida to open. A big section,
that could be cool.
which maybe
Yeah.
that means that Yoshi games could be coming. I mean, they had Yoshi's Island back on Nintendo 64, which
Yeah.
I was a huge fan of that game, and if they made like a new version of that,
Yeah, but
that'd
like
be pretty exciting.
Nintendo doesn't always need to like cross streams, right? Like just because they make like a Mario World doesn't mean they're gonna also like make a Mario game the same year. They don't really
Yeah,
Mm.
they low key don't give a shiz. They're like, look, we're just doing what we want to
yeah.
do,
We're
and
doing what
like
we
it
want.
don't
Yeah.
matter. You guys are gonna eat up whatever we give you, and we're like, yes, master. So
Yeah,
it
they need
don't
to
I
make
really
a
matter.
Thwomp game. They haven't made a good Thwomp game yet.
Sakurai stopped making Smash so he could make a
Yeah.
Kirby Air Riders game, and Nintendo was just like, "Sure, you do you, bro." Just-
Yeah. What would like Peter, as someone who doesn't own a Switch 2, realistically, like, don't just say like, I don't know, like, don't be like, oh,
Paper Mario.
I would want Bloodborne 2 to be on the Switch 2 as a Christmas. Like, what
It'd have to be
game
Paper
would they
Mario
have to
TTYD.
announce tomorrow that would make you be like, oh wow, like I really think I want to get a Switch 2? Like, what would it take? You think?
Paper Mario TTYD 2 would be an instant purchase.
oh my gosh, you read my mind.
It would be like
Paper Mario game. Yeah,
I've been
So like,
waiting
okay,
for
then
that.
yeah, what about that? Just like a Paper Mario game in general? Like if it was like a good looking Paper Mario
Mm,
game, would that be
yeah,
enough?
if it was a good looking one.
if it was a
I've
good,
s-
yeah.
I
The last
still haven't
few
been
have been-
won over by any of their Paper Mario games. Like I think they got a little bit better, and I know
Yeah.
Max, you played them, but
Yeah, I play all of them.
I wasn't totally sold on them. Like the
So
last one I played
a
was
good
Sticker
looking one.
Star.
A good looking
Yeah.
one would help.
Yeah,
Okay.
I suppose.
One that goes back to the actual turn-based RPG roots.
I think
Instead-
honestly, if Smash Bros was announced, which I know it's not, based on what you guys were just saying, but like that would be a pretty like huge game that I would be like, okay, I have to get this
Okay.
on the Switch. That's definitely one that I'm like an instant buy on that.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing. That would
Mm,
that would do it. Like for a
I-
lot of people, it would be like, here's the new Animal Crossing. I don't think it'll be,
surprisingly not for me, because
Yeah, Peter
I don't
wasn't
know,
big
I
on
just-
Animal Crossing.
I mean, I liked it, but my first one was, what was the last one? The last one was my first one.
No, GameCube one was your first one.
I didn't play that one that much though.
Yeah.
I think the
Because
one
you
on
had
the
it on the
Switch,
Wii. Remember, you like got it and you played it, but you play it like
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Wii. But like, yeah, you didn't love it.
yeah, it kind of feels like the amount of time I spent was like when you rent a game and you only play it like for like a couple of days. But like on the Switch, I played it pretty extensively and I liked it, but it wasn't like, it didn't blow me out of the water.
Yeah.
makes sense.
It was definitely good. I enjoyed it.
nice. Yeah,
I mean,
don't know.
DK is still kind of like,
Pulling you in.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, it's
not
so
like
good.
instant buy, but like
Yeah.
it's a really fun looking game.
It's good.
It's a great game. It's
I mean-
it's up there for game of the year. Honestly,
Yeah, it's
I don't
fun.
I don't think it would win, but
No,
it's
good.
it's a contender. It's a
Yeah.
contender.
Odyssey 2 would definitely, I mean, like any
Fair,
type of next
yeah.
Mario game would pull me in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Especially if they did like a Nintendo 64 like modern version of that. Like I don't know. I mean, it would be really crazy if they took the whole concept of like jumping into paintings again, but maybe it's not in Peach's castle, maybe it's in Bowser's castle. I don't know. I don't know what they would do. But they probably won't do it, but it would really entice me.
Man, you just tell we're old. If that's what makes us be interested in a Nintendo game, it don't take much for us to want a Mario game. We're talking about bringing back Nintendo 64 mechanics.
Yeah.
And then Hey, if it ain't broke,
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, like obviously, like for me, anything Pokemon related. Like if
Yeah.
it wasn't ZA and they were like, "Yo, Gen 10's coming back," oh my gosh, I'd be like,
Even just
"Oh,
even just teasing Gen 10, because Gen 10's got to be big. Like
yeah,
it's the 10th gen. Well, you'd hope.
I just want a good 3D Pokemon game that feels like Colosseum and has the treehouse building in Emerald. I think like Emerald and Ruby and all those, where
yeah."
you could like build a treehouse, visit the supermarket, buy things that were rare and on sale, and then you can have this whole huge treehouse, and then also have like a battle tower.
But your Pokemon in a beauty contest. Yeah.
Oh, and that, yeah, I did like that
Yeah.
Well, and they got
idea.
like
Or
that
the
would be
talent
crazy because I
contest.
know like Coliseum and XD are coming to the GameCube, which that's another topic. They probably will talk about GameCube stuff coming on tomorrow's direct. But
Oh,
like
I hope so.
if they were like, "Hey, you can play Coliseum and XD with like a 60 FPS mod that was like included
Oh,
on it." Oh my gosh. Like
those games are so good.
I've been
Oh my
playing Thousand Year Door on the Switch too. And like I know it's just placebo, but it feels like it plays smoother on the Switch 2. Like it is an incredible experience playing it on the Switch 2. And then
God.
like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have truly been revived ever since I started
Mm-hmm.
playing them on the Switch 2. They run so stinking well. Like it is a good game. And like if that's like what's in store for Gen 10 performance wise, man, that would be
I mean,
crazy. That would definitely be an instant buy for releasing something about like Gen 10.
and they just recently, I think in the last week, released the Switch 2 upgrade with DLC to Kirby's Forgotten Land, which is like
Oh,
the best
I know.
Kirby
I really
game in
want to
my
get that
opinion.
one.
It comes with 60 frames per second. The game runs incredibly. Like it just feels so good to
I
play
played
it
that
now.
with Hudson for like
Yeah,
15 minutes and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I want to get this Kirby game."
Yeah,
it's
that did
That's
look
just
so
fun.
so
good. It's so
For
good.
you two, what are your games like? What if you saw a Pokemon Rescue Rangers like modern version
those
come
games
Mystery
are
out?
Dungeon.
great. Mystery Dungeon.
I
Yeah.
love Mystery
Oh,
Dungeon.
oh, Mystery
Yeah,
Dungeon, not
Mystery
Rescue
Dungeons are
Rangers.
so much fun. Those are
They're
cool.
so
Yeah.
good.
Like what type of thing would
That
be
wouldn't be a Switch seller, but
No,
massively surprising? Yeah, but for you.
oh, like for tomorrow kind of a thing?
Yeah, like
Oh,
would make you like I know you already have a Switch, but like what
yeah.
would be like an instant buy game for you where you just like,
What's
"Whoa."
crazy, and I'm gonna say this because it never would have been true ever. A new Zelda game. I've never been into Zelda all that much, but the latest game, Tears of the Kingdom,
you know.
I had my
Whew,
favorite Zelda experience on that game. Like I Breath of the Wild was
it's
like
so good.
fine, and obviously I got it because I got the Switch like right away.
Such a good game.
But like if you would have told me before Tears came out, like, oh yeah, a new Zelda's coming out. Well, actually, yeah, when Tears of the Kingdom came out, I was kind of just like, meh, doesn't really look all that. It'll be fine. And then I played it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I would actually say if something about like a new Zelda came out that looked good, like that would be one of those instant buy kind of titles for me now, which is crazy. I've never really been that
Speaking
into
of
Zelda.
which, I need to
Man,
get I have something Zelda related that I need to give back to you that I still have.
Okay. I don't even know what
It's
it is.
it's the Tears of the Kingdom shirt.
oh, I I think for me the instant buy would be, it would also be Zelda or Metroid. It would be Wind Waker HD. If
Mhm.
they, I don't, as all as jerkish as it would be if they made that thing cost $70, I'd pay it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm a simp. Like
Mm.
I would just like this, like
I'm a
when,
simp.
yeah, I don't even know if I'm using that term right. I like
I don't
when.
think so, but it's fine.
Okay,
We're all 30
sorry
plus.
about
It's
that.
okay.
Yeah, but like Wind Waker is like in my top 10 games of all time.
That's
And
cool.
like if they had like that game re-released as like remastered, I would buy it in a heartbeat. I'm actually one of those older. I love the older Zelda games. I like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom for what they are. It's just not my kind of game, unfortunately. I just can't seem to get into them as much as I try.
Yeah.
I really wish.
Yeah.
What
But
about Twilight Princess?
I love that one too. Honestly, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, Majora's Mask, and Ocarina of Time are my favorite Zelda games of all time. They're all also very similar in style. Um, those four games to me are masterpieces. They're all tens out of tens. Like I would play them over and over again for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I would keep buying them over and over
I'll
again if they're
forever love the part where King Jub Jub or whatever was like sliding over an Ocarina of Time to get to like allow you to get by him, and he's like,
yeah. It's like 3 minutes to get through it.
he's making those weird noises.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
so
so
funny.
funny that like so when Max said that where you were just like it's like my favorite game of all time. That just like unlocked a piece of me that I can't believe I didn't think about this. Like so Concerned Ape, creator of Stardew Valley, my as of this year favorite game ever, which was a crazy. It's so fun to find a new-ish, I say new, it's new-ish game that is now like your all-time favorite game. It's very cool. So Stardew Valley is definitely it, and he is working on a game called The Haunted Chocolatier, and
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that. He's released some trailers, some music, all that kind of he to me like he
Ooh.
is like what Toby Fox is to some people of just like everybody
Mm.
just loves when his stuff gets created. So like if he was to say that like Haunted Chocolatier, and it's not, it's gonna be PC first, but like if he was to be like this is
Switch
coming
for
out on the Switch 2 first, that would be hands down instant buy for me of getting a Switch 2 if I did not own one. I would pay whatever I needed to get a Switch 2 to play the Haunted Chocolatier. Cause like Max, like it's my just my all-time favorite game, and like that's just the sweet spot. That would be the itch that would need to be scratched, or else I'd go crazy if I didn't have it.
What about Witchbrook? Is that still happening?
Yeah. Witchbrook is still Witchbrook is not Concerned Ape. So Witchbrook is the Chucklefish company, and
their
well,
games.
I'll have
What
to
did they
like
make?
confirm it. I don't think there are Chucklefishes doing it. They're just the ones who are the what is like the producers or whatever
Publisher.
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 Yeah, because like
Because
Chucklefish tried to do some stuff with like Starbound, and
Yeah,
it was a pretty big
Starbound.
flop because they just kind of like didn't do anything for people, and they got all
I
this
think
funding, and it was just like a huge flop, which was really
Oh,
depressing.
they
But
did Eastward, which was like kind of good, but like ended up kind
Eastward
of
was their last
falling
big
off.
game, I would say. I actually
yeah,
enjoyed Eastward. It's
I
a
liked
weird
it,
game.
but
It's a weird.
it
I like the vibe of it. The story.
Robotality, a German-based independent game development studio. Robotality is also attached. They made Wargrove 2,
Oh,
Halfway, and Pathway, and then Witchbrook, which is being it's upcoming. It's co-developed with Chucklefish, so it's Chucklefish and Robotality. I think Chucklefish is kind of understanding that like when they try to do things on their own, they lie and don't produce enough that people want. But yes, Peter, Witchbrook is still happening, and I'm very excited for Witchbrook to come out. It's I don't know
and
if it has a release date. It might actually, um, but
I thought
it
it was this year.
is
I can't.
not like an instant sell kind of game for me. Just
Yeah.
because I would rather support, like Concerned Ape. So that's like why Honda Chocolatier would be more because if it's even going to be a shred of what Stardew Valley is, of like all that he's put into that game, it's just I don't
mm,
know. Something about seeing people who are just passionate, right? It's like Toby Fox with Deltarune, like he's just passionate, or like the two dudes that made Silksong, who refused any help and just worked on the game that they wanted to make. When there's that much passion, it just like makes a game just feel different.
so
Real
have
quick
you all
before.
seen this? Oh, go ahead, Max.
No, no, go for it, Peter.
I was just gonna say, have you guys seen I was gonna transition into Silksong and say like, have you guys seen the reviews or the ratings on it so far?
You beat me to it, Peter. I was about to head us into the last topic of the show. But real quick, I do want to shout out Satoran real quick for watching our stream and calling us hot studs. So we love you, Satoran.
Hey, thanks, Satorn.
Yeah,
What
isn't Silk Song getting like crazy like 9 and 10 out of 10s and stuff
yeah,
like that?
Metacritic has it at a 93 right now,
Ooh,
which I think
that's
the
nice.
original Hollow Knight was also pretty high. I don't
It was
know
like
if
a
it was
90,
higher.
91.
Oh yeah, it's getting higher reviews than the previous installment, so
Do
The
you
map is
which
think
I'm
that
also
not
like
surprised about.
do you think that people who are already big Hollow Knight fans, obviously they like Silksong, but do you think people who were not Hollow Knight fans or those who didn't know or play Hollow Knight are also giving it nines and tens out of tens? That's what I'm
Um,
curious about.
I heard and I can probably like kind of see this a little bit, but like the mechanics of the new one feel a little odd in the beginning, like and I don't mean like it's bad, like it's still pretty good, but it's definitely has like a different feel than playing as like the little Hollow Knight bug. You're playing as like specifically her, she you can't like
Go down
swing
direct.
downwards directly. Yeah, it's all diagonal, and it's like it definitely changes a lot with the feel of it. And she's also a lot taller, which does make a difference because enemies will come at you, and you do notice you have like a lot less room to like because
A
you
bigger
can't like
target. Yeah.
duck. Yeah, you're a bigger target. Um, but I'm only in the beginning, and I do feel like when you jump, there it feels like you're like heavier. I don't know. Like other people were saying that there was some kind of something weird happening with the jumping. And I think they actually did like patch a bug with it. So
They patched it and made it easier. They made the game easier because a lot of people were complaining about how difficult the early game is.
I heard
mm,
pogoing is really harder in this one
Yeah.
yeah, and
because
I
of,
would
I guess, the
100%
downward thing, maybe.
yes.
Yes.
You can't just like it doesn't feel as like um as much as like you're spamming it. It feels now like you have to be more like precise because you're like diagonal and you can't just like go do it up and down, bring it,
Mm.
bring it.
Yeah. No, I mean people called Hollow Knight this as well, but I mean it's like the Dark Souls of Metroidvanias. Like Hollow Knight and Silksong are kind of like the hardest Metroidvanias there are, in my opinion. Like they're like I could be wrong. There could be others out there that are harder. Metroid is a baby game compared to Hollow Knight.
Ho- Hollow Knight does the most fantastic job, um, and it's really defined its own way of like um well I maybe it's not like it's the only game that does this, but it does this really well, and it's like the feeling of the game where you're playing through it, and the atmosphere and the art and the music and everything will kind of go at like a very clear pace. Like you'll be in action, and then there'll be like a perfect time to pause and like really enjoy like everything that's happening. It'll be like because
Mhm.
they have the bench mechanic, and like they they do such a good job of making the little moments feel really fun. Like getting a map and filling out your map as you go through the game, just like in the original game, feels really fun. Like exploring new areas. You're not just like given things. It's like it'll give you a quill, and you can fill in more pieces of your map as you explore like every little nook and cranny, and then
Yeah.
you can add like little icons if you like find another item to do things like that, and then you now you have map markers. So it's like it's pretty cool. It's kind of a lot of the same, but like more of
More of
they
it.
just expand on it, so it's really this. I don't see anything really that crazily new yet. It's just a lot of the old game done exactly as well as the old game with more of everything that made it good.
Yeah,
Like
it's the
more fun characters,
yeah.
more parallax scrolling, more beautiful art, um, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
the map apparently is twice as big as the first
Of
game.
course.
And the textures, like you said, like the art and the backgrounds are much more alive in this
Mhm.
one versus the first game. And so like the vibe is really good. I have no doubt that Silksong will be up for Game of the Year alongside like Expedition 33 and Blueprints and all these other games. I think it's very easy to see that with how, I mean, shoot, it broke the stores. The game, did you guys hear about that when the game came
Yeah.
out? Like literally
Yeah.
it broke the stores.
I could see Silksong ending up becoming one of those games that if it truly weren't or were up to the popular vote, people would like absolutely like spam vote for Hollow Knight. It would easily win like that game of the year just solely based
Hmm.
on
That's
people.
interesting.
Popularity.
I do actually have the opposite opinion of that. I feel that
Hmm.
like the hardcore Hollow Knight fans are still the ones that love it the most. I just like I know that Metroidvanias are like popular. I just don't know if we're in a Metroidvania era right now
Hmm.
of just like
I
the
could be
big
wrong.
desire. But I don't know. I don't
I
know if
think
it
what
would win popular vote or not. I mean, it could also just because people. I mean, yeah, some people like will vote popular vote just because they respect a title. So that could,
right.
that could be it. That could also like win it for sure. I mean,
Hmm.
um,
I still think Expedition 33 is going to win Game of the Year. I think that it's just
yeah, yeah, and that's kind of like what I mean. Like, I feel that like the other games that kind of go out there too. I think that because like for Metroidvania games, you do need like a specific person to like
yeah,
play through Metroidvania games as well as like a difficult one. You know what I mean? And so like to win a game of the year title, I almost feel like games that are going to have like ways to play them on an easier mode or a harder mode or like I don't know. Yeah, that's an interesting topic cuz I think too like they made Hollow Knight, which was amazing, and like it had like people really like it. They love these two guys as developers, but then going up against Expedition, it's like that's a new team that came out of nowhere. This random French team that like kind of put like France on the gaming space randomly, right? Like people are now just like, whoa, French developers, what's this like? And like I feel like that almost is like the statement piece that like Hollow Knight made back in the day, where it was like, whoa, just these
yeah,
two guys, that's wild. Look at what they did. Like, yo, let's go. Like, this is amazing. Or like when Toby Fox's game came out, not Deltarune, the other one, um,
oh, Undertale.
Undertale, right? Like people were like, oh my gosh, one guy made this. This is incredible. So I feel like because Silksong is coming out on the same time as something like Expedition, you're getting that wow factor on Expedition a little bit more because you're like, oh, I've never heard of these French people. I've never heard of this development team. And like, holy crap, this game is good. Storyline's good. Music is good. Art's good. Like the same things that you would say about Silksong, right?
Hmm.
But because it's like new and fresh and no one's ever heard of them, I think that might give them a little bit more of a lead as far as a popular vote goes. That's just kind of like my take on
Yeah.
it.
No, I think that's true. I'm honestly pretty excited for the nominees this year because no matter what, I'm just kind of happy to see that it's indies and smaller studios and new studios kind of winning these and well deserved
Yeah.
these accolades and awards of just like it's just kind of to me it shows that like people are not buying the whole AAA, everything has to be millions and millions of
Yeah.
dollars, like,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
like to spend to like make the greatest looking fidelity game of all time. Like that's not what it's about.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, and don't get me wrong, I love those games too, but it's nice to see to me it's like kind of a win for the underdog this year
Yeah.
of all the nominees. And I love seeing it.
The part where they
Um,
play the music is gonna be awesome this year.
oh my
Oh yeah.
god.
That's
Oh
gonna,
yeah.
that's gonna be so good. Like
I'm
if like Silksong got nominated, let's just say for Game of the Year, so we'd have like Silksong music, we'd have Expedition music. Oh my gosh, I don't normally
oh
care for that part of. I don't even like the Game of the Year at all. I think, but never mind. That's a totally different topic that I've already talked about before. But
You're
like
fine.
that. That would be like that would
You're
pull
fine.
me in to be like, yo, if I'm watching anything, it's gonna be to watch the live orchestrated music for these games.
Peter and I will
yeah.
be watching the Game Awards, and when the concert part is about to start, we'll just text you and be like, "All right, it's about to
Yeah,
happen."
yeah,
I
exactly.
just hope that I really hope that Blueprints gets nominated too.
Oh
I
my
feel like
gosh,
that is
yeah.
still the. I
I
want
love
that
that
to win
game.
Game of the Year, even though I feel like if it did, it would be like one of those games people are like, how did this win Game of the Year? What even is Blueprints? I've
I
never even heard of
know.
this game
Oh,
because it's so niche.
Blueprints is such a genius game.
It's
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 so
fantastic.
it's
It's
so good.
I haven't felt so entranced to play a game in so long. Like
the the gameplay loop is addicting. Like
Yeah.
it,
it's
like
It's
literally,
so
so good.
addicting.
like it's so good.
And
But
I just realized, and I'm gonna sound like an idiot for this, but the game's name,
Oh my god.
Blueprints,
Yeah.
sounds like a
Blueprints.
blueprints. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that's genius. Because that's what the game was about.
It's
And
the
I'm like,
It's the same
but
with PetSmart,
it
bro.
was
It's why I say
about both.
PetSmart is the greatest name of a store ever. In any time, it's PetSmart because you pet smart at the Pets Mart. It's great.
what?
It's amazing. It's the best.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. I know. If you can make something that sounds like that, you're already winning. Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah. Blueprints, man. That is an incredible game. A game that I did
And
not think was gonna pull. Like, I thought like, oh, this will be like fun for Julie and I to play. I think she would like it because it's like puzzly and stuff. No, she loved it. That is her game of the year, hands down.
oh, for sure.
Hmm.
Well, and just since we're on the topic of new games, right? Like, I wanted to make sure before we ended tonight that we kind of like shout out games that are still coming
Oh
out
yes, yes.
in September and October. We've already touched on Silksong. We've already touched on Pokemon Za.
Yep.
There were two others, like big. I'm kind of focusing on the
Borderlands
big
4.
titles. Yeah,
It's not like
I
super
guess.
exciting, but like, I mean, it used to be such an exciting, like, people would be like, bored, but like, I think everyone's just
I
like,
don't know, man. I don't think
about
people
this
have
one.
been Borderlands since Borderlands 2, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know, which is sad
So
because
Jack was the last one for me where I was like, "This is good."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
well, is it out yet?
September
no,
12th comes out tomorrow.
wow, and no
Oh.
one is talking about it. Dang, this is not good.
The movie did not do well, from what I heard.
Oh, it was awful.
No.
But other titles that I am excited for, well, there's two. Outer Worlds 2, of
Yes.
course.
Mhm.
Yes.
That looks exciting.
Yes.
And then Ghosts of Yote, which is PlayStation's
Mhm.
last like first party game of the year. Um, I did want to say real quick though that like as much as I am going to buy Ghosts of Yote, I don't think I'm gonna buy it right now. Like I think I'm gonna wait till they inevitably release the DLC of like story expansion
Okay.
and then just buy the director's cut
Yeah, yeah.
of the
fair.
game in a year and then play all of it at once. But I am excited for Ghost of Yote. I'm sure it's gonna look beautiful. I'm sure it's gonna look amazing. But the gameplay looks exactly like the first one. So I'm just like I just don't know if I'm like fully ready to jump back into that world just yet. But I did love Ghost of Tsushima. So and it's Ghost is still one of like the most beautiful games I've ever played in my entire life. And
That might be the last game I play before I consider selling my PlayStation.
Ghost of Yote.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that like on top of that, like they're not big games, but things that are like pretty exciting. Like if Borderlands 4 turns out to be good, I'm excited about that. I do like the Borderlands games, and I think I would try to get it whenever it gets tanked on its like holiday sale or like whatever. That's a big one. Skate is actually getting an early access preview soon. I'm pretty excited about that one. It's supposed to be on like September 16th. We'll
I didn't
see
know
about
you
that.
played.
Huh?
That's
Hmm.
cool. I didn't know you played skate.
Yeah,
That's cool.
they're my favorite skateboarding games. So I'm pretty excited about that. I hope it turns out to be well. You already talked about um Outer Worlds. I agree. That one is probably that and Pokemon are probably my two biggest games. I feel like for like right now that I can think of, kind of rest of the year. Kingdom Come Deliverance's DLCs are coming out, so those are like pretty big. That game is also a contender for Game of the Year, in my
Yes, it
opinion.
is.
I don't know if it would get it because it's like such a sandboxy game, but it is really good.
It deserves it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then this is it's I don't know. I think Peter you have to look at this game to see if you'd want to play it. I really think you would. The lore, I don't know if Max, you also might enjoy playing. I don't know how you feel about playing horror like survivally games, but it's
Cool.
called Chronos: The New Dawn.
Oh,
It's kind of like Dead Space games. But it's that what's that company who makes it? Chronos New Dawn.
Bluebird team.
Yeah. They um they did really well. I have been watching a guy play it. And
Whoa, it looks like Bioshock.
the lore interesting that you think BioShock. The lore to it is so good. It's really fun looking. I would not
interesting.
personally play it because I don't like to play the horror games, but I
Neither do
have
I.
been like getting in on all like the like alien stuff. And I think Max, if you found someone that was like maybe doing some playthroughs on YouTube, you should check it out. I think you really
I
would.
will.
I think you would find it really interesting. There's like some time travel involved and like kind of like
Wait,
alien kind of stuff. It's interesting.
they.
It's pretty
This
neat.
is the same team that made the Silent Hill 2 thing that just came out.
Oh, are they
I
Bloober team?
think so, because it
Oh,
says
really?
they made
The Silent Hill 2 remake
Silent
or
Hill 2.
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah,
I'll check it out.
Peter, you should check it out to see if you would actually want to play it because this would be a game that you would actually probably play. And
It
then
looks
Max, I
very
would
scary.
suggest you look at like maybe just watching some like lore
Yes.
videos.
I
It's cool. So it's already passed. Like it came out a few days ago, but that I think
Oh,
was
it
a
did.
cool game to like. Yeah, it came out on the 6th. Um,
Oh, wow.
so
Okay.
I'd say like that's an interesting game to at least on the
Check.
5th. Yeah, it's cool. Not probably like game of the year contender, but in that niche space of like horror games, I think it's doing really well. It's cool.
Also, the remake of Trails in the Sky, the first is coming out next week, and everybody should buy it at the end of the Trail series. Thank you very much.
I should have played that game instead of Octopath Traveler 2, to be honest.
Well, also, Bookshop Simulator is coming out tomorrow. If you guys didn't know that, so
Bookshop Simulator.
it's another one of those like own a store simulator games.
Oh yeah, it's kind
But
of got a cute art style though.
kind
I'm not
of,
gonna lie. Any game where I can play as a barista or a coffee shop owner, I'm playing it.
yeah.
I love it.
I'm still excited for Resident Evil 9 now that you're bringing
Oh
up
yeah,
those
Requiem.
scary games.
Heck yeah,
And
dude.
yeah, and I'm very excited. This is more next year, but there's the game. There's a game that the people who made Untitled Goose Game, they've been kind of like showing things here and there, and it's this game called
That's
Big
cool.
Walk. It's one of those like um, proximity chat type of games. So it's like really like kind of following the same steps as like Peak and Lethal Company, which got really popular, and stuff like that. Um, but this one looks like it's sort of taking it into a direction that looks really fun if you find like a group of 4 friends. Um, you can, instead of it being like horror related, which a lot of these games are, or um, like climbing, which is now like Peak's thing. This one's like a whole adventure. So you go out in the wilderness and you kind of like collect tools. It kind of makes me think of Firewatch, the game, but like you're with people, and
Interesting.
it's not like story driven like Firewatch was, but it's more like the four of you will kind of like um discover things on your own. Like there is a story element to it, but it's not as narrative driven as Firewatch was. This one's like really focused on making the proximity chat. Like it has mechanics where you guys will get lost from each other, and it will make it so that you guys can like find each other like with flares and stuff like that.
Huh.
And but like
That's
really clever. Like and if you have like walkie talkies, that's like, that was kind of a thing Lethal Company did, but you can still hear each other if you have those,
yeah,
unless you're out of range.
cool.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like September, October, there's like not too much.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like it's just here. I think that's like also kind of why like tomorrow's Nintendo Direct is going to be like a big deal because we need
Mm.
to see what's coming on the holiday. I mean, like September and October, I feel like kind of always kind of some things are here and there, but like November, December, like
That's
you know,
usually Nintendo's time. Like
yeah,
that.
like what are going to drive some console sales? What are kids going to get underneath the Christmas tree? Like it's a big deal those months. It'll be interesting to kind of see like this time in October what the you know November December like lineup is like looking like. That'll be fun. Hopefully it's good. It's been an interest like it's been a good year. There's been like some really good games. There just hasn't been a lot.
No.
There's been
Yeah.
some strong hitters, just not a ton of hitters.
Yeah, I would
I have
agree
to
with.
ask
Go for it.
if they have inline skating in Skate,
No,
will that make you super excited for it?
no, that I think that would feel like really awkward.
Really?
The cool thing about
Okay.
skate is that like you have
Skateboards.
you have like your joystick and the way you flick the joystick and stuff is like the same
Oh.
way that like your feet would be on a skateboard. So if I'm ollieing,
Hmm.
I'm going down and then I'm kicking up. If I'm doing like a kick flip, I would go back on the board and then flick to the side and I would kick flip. If I shove it, I would like twirl it around as if my foot is moving. So like
Hmm.
the mechanics of skate just feel really good on a controller. I don't think that
Yeah.
would be enjoyable to try to like make your feet move. I don't think that would be that fun.
Hmm.
Well, before we end tonight's show, I don't know if we've done this in a while. Should we do like it's kind of spur of the moment, but should we do like recommendation, like kind of like what we used to do for a bit of like
Oh yeah,
an
sure.
entertainment recommendation of the month?
Yeah, I got a show I could probably recommend.
Go for it.
It's the Alien show. I have
Oh,
found it really
Alien Earth?
good.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
Alien
glad.
Earth. Yeah, I really like it. It's interesting. I find that Alien really knows how to do a good job of like the trailers really make their stuff seem a lot scarier than they actually kind of end up being.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
love
it
the Alien.
yeah, it's weird. Like when I would watch the trailer, I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be so scared." And I've watched the show. I feel pretty fine. If anything, like the
Hmm.
story's good. Like there's some suspense, but it's not. It doesn't like really scare me all that much. And I think it's just because it's aliens and it's not like The Conjuring. I'm not watching like things that I believe could be real and are real. It's like aliens. I don't believe in aliens. So like I don't know. Like me watching it is fine. It doesn't like do much as far as like scaring me goes. But the story is really cool. I had Max explain to me the entire not the storyline, but how all the movies and shows fit together, and it is
Yep,
hands down one of the most obscure and confusing orderings I've ever seen ever
it is.
because this one is like in between 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 were out in like the 70s, but then the movies that came out before this show were actually prequels to those one. It's so
It's all
weird how they've made this thing. And then, of course, unfortunately, the very final one was what Max has said is like the worst Alien movie of them all. And that just so happens to be the final Alien that they've ever made in like the story timeline. It's like, wow, way to waste that card. It's wild. What a roller coaster it has been. But I am now going to go and watch all the Alien movies again to really
yes.
fully understand. Because I saw Prometheus the whole way through, did not even know I was watching an Alien movie until the very absolute end when you see the alien. And I was just like, oh, the whole time I've been watching Alien. And then I was all confused because I was like, well, what does this mean? Where's Sigourney Weaver at? But that's a different topic. The show is good. Alien Earth, I watched it on Hulu. If you're into the alien or like ecosystem, whatever that's called, you've probably already been watching the show. If not, you should. It's really enjoyable. If you're into like sci-fi and stuff in general, if you've never checked out Alien, start with the first Alien movie with Sigourney Weaver because that one's incredible. And then, sure, watch the show. I don't really care. Do whatever you want, but the show's good.
Yeah, and I'll follow up on that real quick to say if you love the show, please watch Alien Romulus. It's the newest Alien movie, and it's the best one. It's like the third best Alien movie after Alien and Aliens. Like it's that good.
That first was so good. Alien
It's
is awesome.
nothing will beat the original, but like yeah. I'll go after if that's okay. I'm just kind of feeling that Alien and Predator vibe. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to recommend the movie Prey, and as well as the movie Predator: Killer of Killers. They are the two most recent, I believe, the most recent Predator movies, which I actually align the Alien universe and the Predator universe together in a lot of ways, mainly because they did an Alien versus Predator movie at one point back when I was a kid, and it was amazing. But I also love the Predator series, not as much as Alien, just because I tend to vibe more with the Alien movies. But Prey is an absolute banger of a movie. Like it is incredible. Like it's one of those movies where the
I
pacing.
did not realize this was Predator.
Yeah, like Prey. It's like the cinematography is incredible. The pacing is masterful. Just great use of the Predator in like a Native American setting. It's the best Predator movie, hands down. It is so good. And then they just released an animated movie prior to Predator Badlands called Predator: Killer of Killers, which is also really good. So if you like action movies, if you like Alien, please watch Prey. Please watch Predator: Killer of Killers. You will not be disappointed. They are a lot of fun.
Yeah, I have heard
Oh man.
that Killer of Killers is so good.
So good.
I
Yeah,
mean, it's got a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes.
yeah, dude, it's that good.
I have heard that it did pretty well, which is cool to see. Wow,
Oh
the
man,
Naked
I'm
Gun got an
excited to see these.
88. That's a random thing.
Wait, it did well?
Naked Gun? Yeah, I've heard it's really
Oh,
funny.
Huh.
wow.
Wow, nobody. I'm on Rotten Tomato now, so now everything's going. Nobody too got an 89 for user score and a 78 tomato meter. That is like
That's not surprising to me.
that is like
That's Bob
20 more
Odenkirk,
points
baby.
that I thought would be better.
Better
I
Call
thought
Saul.
I think it's a
Doesn't work.
great movie. I loved the first one.
I did
Really?
too.
Didn't we watch the first one together?
Yeah, I just don't remember it all. It made not much of an impression on my life.
Huh.
I
I
think
thought it was pretty good.
I think it just came out unfortunately right around the height of John Wick, and
Oh
so I just saw it as like a poor man's John Wick, and I was just like,
True.
eh.
I'll have to watch it again.
Ouch.
Anyways, Peter, what is your recommendation of the
I
month?
was actually I was gonna say Ballerina. So that was the newest installment into the John Wick series.
Oh yeah.
It was
And you
it
really
was
enjoyed it, right?
very good. There are some like I would say like if you're kind of like not into the whole gore stuff. Like, because it's very violent, and I mean most of them are. This one was like it took the violence like even further. I feel like,
Mm,
um, but it kind of felt like they also kind of themed it around a lot of World War II um,
mm.
type of like weapons and everything, which was interesting. But it was very cool, and I loved that they keep the universe alive, and it definitely felt like a John Wick movie. Like they connected everything together well,
Nice.
without it being too convoluted, even with it being a new character and everything.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Oh, I was just I just thought of something funny. I was gonna say, yeah, all of our recommendations right now are very violent and gory movies. So if that's not, if
Yeah.
that's not your cup of tea, just be aware.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah.
Maybe go play Blueprints. That'll be if you're not into gore. We all
That's a
three
palate
recommend
cleanser.
Blueprints. That is a lot
Yeah,
chiller, no gore. Unless you hate puzzles, then you know what? I don't know.
I
Go
don't know what to tell
outside.
you, man. If you
Just
don't
go.
like aliens and you don't like puzzles, what can you like? You know?
Just yeah.
I'm also
Maybe just stare at the fan.
super stoked for the next Demon Slayer movie coming out. That's coming out soon. Well,
Yeah.
it might be out. Actually, no, I think it's coming out like tomorrow or something like that. But it's gonna be on like Crunchyroll too, soon. But yeah, that's coming, and then yeah, I was gonna say Nobody too. It kind of sounded like you guys were not super excited about that one, but I get it. I think I like the John Wick universe a lot more. I just like seeing uh it oh, what's his name? I already forgot. Bob Odenkirk, yeah. I
He's
like
great.
seeing him, I watched him in Better Call Saul. I like the fan theory that this is like what happens after Better Call
You're out
Saul.
of
Like
jail.
Yeah.
this is like his like he got a new identity and now he's with
Yeah.
like a new family and he's like
That would
just
be that would be
beating people.
amazing if that was canon.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think I can't believe these words about to come out of my mouth. I think I'm in my storyline era right now because like the idea of just watching combat, I don't know. I want something that has like a little bit more like depth. I think that's why I haven't even been interested in like the ballerina because I love John Wick and but I just yeah I don't know. I'll have to give that a shot. I'll have to watch Nobody One again too. Maybe I actually
I
do
think
like it a
you're
little
right.
bit more than I remember.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
think I will have to watch it again too.
Yeah, because I don't
But
remember
yeah.
that one. But
Are there
all
any
right, I think we gotta hit it here,
oh
Peter. We've been going for an hour and a half. It is 9 o'clock. I'm yawning.
yeah, I
I gotta fall
feel
asleep
that.
to some Commanders versus Packers. So yeah, we
Oh
gotta cut it
man.
here. But I appreciate all the great conversations tonight. Hopefully,
Yeah.
those who are listening had an enjoyable time. We kind of went all over the place, but we also did a good job sticking to the main topic. So I applaud us. I applaud us for that.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know when we would be on next. We actually had tried to do a podcast a lot earlier. A lot of things in life just get out the way. The three of us will probably more than likely reconvene sometime in October to try to plan for something if we can, if it all works out. That would be great because I think the holiday season is going to be harder. I know Peter will be gone, and then like I know we're going to be traveling, all this kind of stuff. So hopefully we can try to get something in sometime October or like super early November, like first week or something like that. But yeah, I think
We'll
until
make that.
then, we shall see you all next time. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes, thank you. Peace.
Yeah.